guideline-directed background therapies, including beta blockers, RAS inhibitors, diuretics, and mineralocorticoid receptor antagonists. And you can look at the results of this study. At 52 weeks of follow-up, there was a quality of life was very significantly improved by the Kansas cardiomyopathy clinical score, and the change in body weight was to the tune of 10.7 percentage points. Management in type 2 diabetes can lead in their current scope have multiple challenges, especially patients with type 2 diabetes, and GLP-1 receptor agonists have various overarching benefits beyond A1C control approach in type 2 diabetes, and I hope that in the near future we will be seeing larger studies with cardiovascular outcomes and in patients with obesity that will further improve our paradigm in diabetes management. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and I would like to hear from the experts sitting on this panel now.
Thank you, sir. That was a very interesting presentation, and right up to date also. The last one, the last slide of yours was really good. What I would like to ask you is, are there any contraindications to use of GLP-1 receptor antagonist in cardiac patients?
No, not from cardiac point, except patients with very severe renal disease, moderate renal dysfunction, yes, they are fine. But otherwise, as of now, we don't see any significant contraindications to the use of GLP-1 receptor.
Found that generally in heart failure, the GLP-1 drugs were not all that useful.
No, not at all. In heart failure, with reduced ejection fraction, they are not very useful. The whatever data is, little data is available. Direct study on heart failure with reduced ejection fraction is not available because the preliminary data itself shows that their mechanism of action is not hemodynamic.
Semaglutide versus oral semaglutide. Which one do you recommend and why? Number one. Number two is about oral semaglutide having a negative effect, especially in worsening of retinopathy.
Yes.
So I want to know what do you prefer?
At this time, see, patients would any day prefer oral semaglutide. However, as I said that these are early days and we need larger studies. The question of retinopathy obviously is, has been raised with oral semaglutide. And again, as I said that the number of patients have been very small and one has to wait for that kind of data. Adverse effects will be known as larger studies are conducted with specific patient population. At this time, everything was focused on diabetes management. Now, we should be looking at what happens to the cardiovascular outcomes and other organ systems. I think there is a preliminary indicator at least that the kidney, moderate renal dysfunction is also benefited. There is a delay in worsening of nephropathy, but as you said, the retina is of some concern, and I agree with that.
Talking about the renal part, the flow trial was prematurely terminated because of the renal benefits. So a big tick mark there. About retinopathy, we don't have a white paper on that. But as per the guidances and the discussions, moderate to severe retinopathy, we should avoid using that because from the studies, even in dulaglutide, we had evidence about progression of retinopathy. Is it rapid lowering of sugars or the GLP-1? We really don't know about that.
What is the upper, which means basically the standard deviation on both sides of the mean. And when you start with, you get a much larger upper bound. You get a wide range to, define non-inferiority. After that, once more experience gathers and you compare it with other drugs, that you have to have much more precise effect with the drug. And therefore, the upper bound allowed could be down to maybe 30% or 1.3. As you see this forest plot, you see the range of the values, the median and the lower bound and the upper bound. So this is 80% upper bound there. The first trials are with smaller number of patients. When you compare with placebo, you have more flexibility.
No, what I meant was, since it was similar to placebo, so the implication
is not harming. That is what the first trial said.
Okay, so
the subsequent,
very initial,
you have to start like that always, and then you see whether you have a positive outcome or not.
Better advice and better management to our patients of advanced or complex which have been launched in our country as well.
Procedures to handle almost all kind of heart diseases. So I would go one by one through the various things that have happened in the recent years, a change in terms of treatment, in terms of diagnosis, in terms of lifestyle or lifelong management of certain heart conditions. So in the screening front of coronary artery disease, especially till now we were doing angiographies and we were having very situations.
Various injections, faculty in various international national conferences, and we are going to hear about endoscopic ultrasound from Dr. Ganesh, particular recent advances. As you know that endoscopic ultrasound is a very common procedure and it is very useful in
past president Dr. Rajiv Gupta, all the past presidents of EDPA, Dr. Saroj Prakash ma'am is with us here, Dr. Prakash Gera, Dr. Ashok Grover, Dr. BK Gupta, Dr. NK Govind, Dr. Rajiv Lochan. Request organizing chairman Dr. Pankaj, Dr. Sumesh Sharma and Dr. Ankit Bhatia.
To all my seniors, teachers both here as well as my alma mater. started my journey in the medical profession where you did not have the liberty to choose your career yourself, but it was thrust upon you by your parents as compared to now. Even I joined BSc Physics in Delhi University, but as luck would have it, I got the news that I have been selected for MBBS, and I had to leave that and join MBBS as per wishes of my parents. I was not very brilliant in academics, but could pass my exam comfortably. I had a passion for sports in my early life, but things started changing after completing MBBS, but I still pursue sports wherever and wherever possible.
Escort Dr. B.M. Makkad to the stage. I request the executives to kindly felicitate the guests. Congratulations to the winners.
EDPA, and I must thank Dr. Vijay Arora and the organizing committee for the very kind invitation and all the honor that I have received here. It's truly humbling. I think I knew very little about EDPA earlier, but since I got associated with Dr. Vijay and others, I realized this is one of the most vibrant and active association of physicians in this part of Delhi. Doing a wonderful job, and I congratulate them for everything, the way they are doing, and wish them all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, East Delhi branch, Dr. Gangwal, the whole organizing team for inviting me. I'll share a few thoughts. I was in Jaipur and my teacher was Dr. R.M. Kasliwal. Some of you might know the legendary amoeba and cardiology, whose son is Ravi, who works there. So I wanted to join All India Institute after MBBS. So he gave me a letter for Dr. M.L. Bhatia, who was the head of cardiology at AIIMS. So I went to his room, sent a message, he called me in. He saw the letter written by Dr. Kasliwal. He was sitting, बैठे आराम से अकेले. अभी तो कवर देखा और कासलीवाल साहब की हैंडराइटिंग तो वो खड़े हो गए. लेटर खोला, पूरा पढ़ा, तो दोनों पैर और दोनों हाथ अटेंशन में खड़े हो गए, एज इफ कि कासलीवाल साहब वहीं खड़े. मेरा पूरा उन्होंने पढ़ा, फिर कहा भाई देखो तुम एमडी में तो मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता, पर हाँ तुम डीएम के लिए कार्डियो में आओगे तो मैं जरूर तुम्हें पढ़ा दूंगा, तो सर को मेरी नमस्ते कहना. टुडे आई केम हियर. I had thought that students have lost respect for their teachers in last 30 years. But when I came, all of my colleagues, they could greet me, they got down and they wished me. And it's a privilege for me to see the next gen being better, smarter, more educated, but well connected to us. Thank you. My second story, real story, is for Dr. Makkad and all those. So it was my third day in All India Institute, Makkad sir. मैं नीचे था, I had joined BM, तो मैं एप्रन में था और लिफ्ट ले रहा था. So somebody came, tapped me on my shoulder. तुझे कहाँ जाना है?
मैंने कहा सर C7 में डॉक्टर भाटिया के वार्ड में कंसल्टेशन देखने जाना, चल मेरे साथ। सो 7 स्टेयर्स चढ़ के ऊपर गए, उन्होंने वार्ड दिखाया, दिस इज द वार्ड ऑफ डॉक्टर भाटिया, एंड देन ही सेड इन केस नेक्स्ट टाइम आई सी यू टेकिंग द लिफ्ट आई विल ब्रेक योर लेग्स। Imagine who was this man? No, you are diabetologist. MMS Sahuja. He used to walk that day until date whenever I see a lift, and he said lift is for patients, the stairs is for doctors.
And he has many papers in national and international journals. He has been ex-editor member of Rheumatology. He is recipient of highest presidential peacetime award, and he ex-vice president and vice president. He's currently vice president Asia Pacific League of Rheumatology (APLAR). He has been ex-vice president of MSK Ultrasound Society of India. So we welcome Dr. Ved Chaturvedi.
And madam, she was teacher of my wife, so I just knew about this oration. I didn't know, frankly speaking. So I was, that time I was young captain in the army, so I used to go to Lady Harding. That is how I knew about madam. And of course, very senior people like Dr. Makkar and Dr. Pankaj, and my friends, Dr. Ashok Grover, and my seniors, Dr. Chaturvedi, sir, sitting here. This paper is very important. मैं आपको छोटा सा वाक्य बताता हूँ. I was doing a cricket commentary. There was a match between army officers and member of parliament. तो ऐसा कागज मेरे पास था, and commentary went off very well, 5-6 hours जो भी मैच था. उसके बाद क्या होता है कि वो अवार्ड सेरेमनी होती है, तो आप उसको नीचे आना पड़ता है कमेंटेटर को, एक माइक लेके. वो कागज में ऊपर बोल के आ गया. अब जो चीफ गेस्ट थे वो सबको वो दे रहे थे, क्या कहते हैं, कैप. एंड उन्होंने एक को दिया, उसका नाम मुझे मालूम था, दूसरे को, तीसरे को, और चौथा वाज माय बॉस, एंड आई फॉरगॉट द नेम ऑफ माय बॉस. एंड यू डोंट टेल मी, देन आई वेंट टू गुवाहाटी आफ्टर दैट, बिकॉज़ ही सेड नहीं यार तुम्हें नाम याद नहीं, मेरा याद नहीं तुझे. सो दैट इज हाउ, सो सम टाइम इट हैपेंस. वी डोंट कीप record, we don't publish also. So ultimately they zoomed in, and there was a society of radiologists, which is called Musculoskeletal Society of India, and they made me the vice president of that because radiologists also they were not doing it. And for about 6-7 years I remained the vice president of that organization of the radiologists. So ultrasound has come in a big way, and why ultrasound come in a big way, that's a different story. And neurotherapy, that TNF is not the only drug. There are a lot of other drugs which are like, suppose you call it A, it should be called B, and they are called IL-17 inhibitors.